Well, it's -4, but it's been snowing since yesterday at some point. Yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening. And yeah, here we are. You know, a week before this, not even. I don't even, it's like 4 days ago, we had like 3 days in a row of +15. And then this. There was no snow on the ground. It was beautiful out. People wearing shorts and t-shirts. Everything had melted because it had been that warm for that long. But then a week before that, we had like -35 for 4 days in a row. And now we got this. It's only -4, but it's just, yeah, we got snowfall warning today, and it's something else. I know your view is very obstructed by this amazing chip, crack, circular thing going on my windshield. I need to get a new windshield eventually. That's on the list. It's been on the list for like a year though, so cool beans. Headed to the studio, hoping to get some quality work done. Heading there a little later than I'd like, but whatever, it'll be, it's just, that's, yeah. I don't have to get my grocery shopping done after now, so. Yeah, work has been all right. Still pretty inconsistent on the days I go out, but that's, I think we'll have a little more consistency here in the future. And there's a lot of extra work that I had to do with a lot of online training, and that has all been completely finished, I believe. So I've got more time to focus on things that I've been put on the back burner if I just force myself to do it, which is like artist opportunities and looking at grants that are available, or open calls for this or that. I missed another one just like 2 days ago that I was thinking about and didn't do it. Yeah, so I need to set some time aside to do that kind of stuff every other day, maybe when I'm not working, or the days that I am working but I'm at home in the morning, or I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there's not a whole lot going on right now. I think I mentioned before in the last vlog, I feel like there's been some reprieve from a lot of the external factors that have been causing a lot of unnecessary difficulty, stress, and anxiety, and also just learning to deal with those things better. And so I definitely feel better this past week or so. Not everything's resolved yet, so there's still some stuff to figure out, but just gonna, yeah, I feel okay. And for a while there, I very much did not feel okay for days and days at a time. Just shortening my lifespan the more that I spend in this state of such anxiety that I feel like I'm paralyzed and I can't move or do anything. And just I don't even, just talking about it almost makes me feel like I'm there again. So I don't even want to get into it. But just, yeah, near in this state of absolute extreme anxiety. I don't know how to describe the physiological sensation of it. I'm sure it's a little different for everybody, but it's like kind of if you got goosebumps and you're like, oh, but make that negative and make it every waking moment and when you're asleep too. For days. Imagine that, just that feeling, but it's uncomfortable. And it's also attached to like a feeling of doom, and there's a threat that you can't perceive and you don't know, and anyway. Sunday today. We'll see what happens. I want to start taking Wren to the park more again, like we used to more often, and if I've got the time and whatever, just getting her out there twice a day at least. Because she gets out there every morning just for a walk, but yeah, there's no friends at the park today. Not today. Well, not yet, anyway. Hopefully there's someone that comes along that she can hang out with. But yeah, she hasn't been here for a while, and I want to get that into practice again, because she really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, she's doing really well still after that last surgery. I think that's almost a year ago now. But she also doesn't push it like she used to, and I don't know if that's partly maturity and she's not as bouncy as she was as a puppy, or she just doesn't have as much opportunity and she got used to that, or maybe it's because her elbow does hurt, just not enough for us to notice. Anyway, Wren at the park. Just wrapping up the vlog, showing you some progress, and then having a weird little rant. Still working on stuff for Helen Schuler semi-consistently. Just trying to have fun with it at this point, and just, again, get rid of my expectations of what I thought it was going to be. Rebecca's been helping me with some of the more complicated ones with a projector and just getting, like, an outline done. Making headway on the noose that I've been painting for weeks. So that's a thing. And got some more necklaces going in the mail today. I just put out like 5 new ones this past week. But yeah, there's another kind of Helen Schuler piece. Did this one the other day, which most of this is just evidence from canvas I had lying around for a long time that I decided was ready. But then I added that, and that was it. This is the first, like, pretty much purely abstract piece I've made in a long time. And I actually had a really good response from a lot of people, which I was surprised about. I don't really know what I do anymore abstractly, so this was different. It's super thick. It's like 2.5 inches thick. It's amazing. I got it on a Boxing Day sale in Calgary. It was pretty tight. And this thing, so it's part of this body of work that I'm creating for an exhibition that may or may never take place. But, I forgot about that too. Sick. This is a phrase that my friend had used the other day to describe 2 different types of people that sometimes I get associated with, and I don't even want to go into that. But I started it, but I'm not going to finish. But anyway, the point of me showing you the back was actually because I signed it and did all my stuff with this marker, and the paper wasn't thick enough. So I ended up getting these black marks showing through, and I really didn't like that, and I felt like I ruined it, and I was just chill about it. It's like, no, whatever, it's fine. I mean, I've got all this black going on here too, it's fine, whatever, who cares? But then I just couldn't really, I was like, no, I can do something to fix it. And then I had these pressed flowers, and I was like, oh, there it is. That's perfect. Perfect for the title and the concept too, and a way to resolve that issue. This, I'm super pumped about. I had this done for a long time, and I had different ideas of what to do with it. This is an atmosphere lyric from God Loves Ugly, the song, and from the respective album. But that's my friend Jordan that apparently I've been making art with in this weird way that he doesn't know he's contributing to sometimes when he sends snaps, and then I just screenshot them and include them in my art. And this just, I just feel so good looking at this. It's just like really nice to feel really happy with the work that you create and just having fun while doing it and being so process oriented. I don't have pressure on myself. God Loves Ugly. So, not to say anything about Jordan because he's a handsome fellow. Anyway, but I was listening to that lyric, and this is not a dinosaur, which is just some inside stuff. Rant about this other thing, and that is sports being entertainment leagues. So another friend of mine and I talk about basketball quite a bit. It was a huge connection point for us in high school. We actually we live in different cities/towns, but we were able to play basketball together a few times. We organized some tournaments at the church that we went to, and we also played in a spring league team together, and that was awesome. But yeah, that was a huge thing for us, and we still talk about it all the time. And so we've been talking about it more lately as, again, like entertainment league, and how the NFL is like, it's an entertainment league. The NBA is an entertainment league. It's not a sport because the best team doesn't win. It's orchestrated, and it's this. I would normally include this in a 2-cent rant, but I don't have those anymore, and I'm just going to throw it in here. But it's just this silly thing where I'm like, the WWE, formerly the WWF, but that E is really important too. Like, it is entertainment. I enjoyed watching it because it is, at the time, I would have called it a soap opera for men, which isn't, that's how I described it 20 years ago. But I like soap operas. Like, I watched, man, I can't even think of the name of that one. Like, one of the most famous ones. Like, I watched that with my mom. Like, I like dramas. I like, oh man, what is it? There's like the hourglass. And there's sand going through. Man, what is the name? Days of Our Lives. Yeah, Melrose Place, Beverly Hills 90210. Not exactly the same kind of soap opera, but new wave of drama. And anyway, so I enjoy that. I enjoyed wrestling for the same reasons, because of the story, the drama they're creating, all these things. These personalities are characters, you know what I mean? And I think it's brilliant, and I enjoyed wrestling for a long time because of that. I watched it with my friend like twice a week. And the thing is that sport, though, like, I never confused wrestling with sport. Just from day one, whenever it was presented, like, those personalities, I'm like, these are characters. Even without having the articulation of that really in an artistic sense, I knew it. I could sense it. And the thing is that you took sport now with the NFL and the NBA, and you got mobbed up refs, you got fixing games and all this other stuff, but like, it's an entertainment league. It is not about winning and the best teams winning. It's way corrupt for that, and it is just doing so many things that aren't about the game for viewership to the game. And it's just really, I'm like an old man ranting of like, I remember when sports used to be sports. But I don't watch basketball because of it. Because the drama and the story of triumph isn't there. It's not there anymore. It's not pure and it's not real. Anyway, that's me wrapping up the vlog. I had many other conversations, or I had two videos this week, other than the conversation that I had. The conversation I had was about, like, it was a couple weeks old, about natural disasters and how mob mentality and why I'm scared of stuff like that. And then I had a behind the curtain video about how cannabis affects my vlogging. And then I had a story time video, which is the history of my cannabis use before it became regular. I tried cannabis 4 times in my life. 3 of those were when I was like 19-ish, and then 1 was like my mid-20s, late 20s, and then a year and a half ago, and now it's been a consistent thing. And there will be a conversation next week that discusses my usage with cannabis, how it helps me, the positives, the negatives, and me just analyzing my cannabis use. So there you go.